Welcome, Stiaan, to Patrick Damore Golf Instruction. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. If I'm not, forgive me. Stiaan, I got your email, and you're telling me you're a pretty good golfer, 2-3 handicap, tall, and predominantly a fader or left-to-right ball flighter. And your bad days, you probably fade it too much for your liking. Couple things, Stiaan. You got a really good golf swing. There's really no denying that. Cosmetically, it's really good, but there are flaws to it, and I'm gonna show you what your critical error is and how it relates to your golf swing. Anytime people do things improperly at the beginning of their swing, there's always compensating moves on that during the forward swing somewhere. And you're no exception to that. Neither am I, for that matter. I mean, I can look at every golf swing on tour and find things wrong with them. But some things are not as easy to compensate for as others. And what I'm going to show you is this. Let's get you at address here. Your critical error is basically your golf grip, and I'm going to show you how a very simple thing about putting your hands on the golf club can pretty much create a lot of compensating moves in the golf swing. And the more compensating moves we have in the golf swing produces powerless effort versus effortless power. Alright? And for someone like yourself, I'm guessing 6'3"-ish, I can't do the metric conversion, with a position like this at the top of the golf swing. That's a very good position, by the way. You should be a monster when it comes to club head speed. If I had someone 6'3" in this position you're showing me, I would have someone hitting a 9 on about 165 yards. That's a very good position, a very powerful position, but at impact, it's all gone away. Alright, there's no angle here on that forward swing. Your left arm's pretty good, but it's almost directly in line with your club shaft. And most of your tour professionals, I'm going to show you a little bit later, when their left arm is in this position, their shaft is over here somewhere. They hold on to that angle, and you don't, and I'm going to tell you why the grip has a lot to do with why you don't. But let's show you Brant Snedeker over here. I'm talking about the grip now. That's all I'm talking about. And Brant is a really good ball striker. Obviously, I personally think he's the best on TV today, and that includes everybody. I think he's the best. But his thumb and his forefinger of his right hand, I want you to look and realize that points all the way out here to the right ear, right shoulder, somewhere in that ballpark. His left hand, which you can't see, but I can tell by how many knuckles I'm seeing, his left hand also points over here. Okay, that grip position is, I call it neutral. Most people probably call it closed face or a little bit strong, but it's a very good hand position to have on the club. Now let's look at yours for a second here. Try to look at yours. There we go. Your right hand is in a very weak position or slice position. Pointing towards your left ear, left eye, somewhere in there. And I'm looking at the back. I'm looking at your left hand, and I can only see a knuckle maybe, and I can venture to say that left hand's pointing up in this area too, in terms of your thumb and forefinger. So keep this in mind. Your thumb and forefinger on both hands, that V, needs to be pointing towards your right ear. If it's not, you're going to have compensations. Your hands are on there in a very weak position or slice position, and that's predominantly why you fade the golf ball. So that's critical error. We have to fix the hand position on that club shaft if you ever want to get rid of that high left-right shot that I'm going to venture to say isn't going nowhere near as far as it should with the body type that you have and the position at the top of the swing that you have. We need to fix that hand position. Now, let's bring up your other picture here. I think you also told me that you feel like you come over the top. Well, you do. And you have to, because the club face is always in an open position to your swing arc. So that is the compensating move you create in your golf swing. In my opinion, and let me get the freehand tool here. In my opinion, the golf club head right from the get-go, right from the start, travels too much around and not enough back and up. And you do that for a reason. Again, golf club position, I'm sorry, your hand position is on there in a very weak slice position. Create an over-the-top move, as you call it, and I do too. That's easy enough to describe. That affects club path. This over-the-top move means that we're attacking that golf ball. Let me set you up the address again. That over-the-top move is creating this kind of a direction of the club head at impact. Left of the target with an open club face will get your ball at the target more times than not, and the fact that you're a 3 handicapper tells me it does. We got to get that golf club head traveling down the target line. I'm going to tell you this: if we can keep that club face square to the arc and keep that club head traveling up and down the arc, up and down the target line, you're going to hit straight shots. It's pretty simple math in that respect. Obviously, a little easier said than done, but let's get into this for a second. You bring the club around the right hip way too much, over the top to compensate for the very weak hand position, and here comes your pull fade. Now, how do we fix this? First and foremost, get the hands on there properly. My instruction site, which I hope you've been to, has a setup address page, and I want you to look at that and take a look at the hand diagram that I have on there. We got to get our V's pointing to the right ear. If we can do that, we have the ability to get your swing a little bit better, a little bit more efficient, produce effortless power instead of powerless effort, number one. Number two, get the club head traveling down the target line through impact instead of this way impact. If I were in person giving you a lesson, I would venture to say your divots aren't real steep, but they do point left of target more times than not, and that needs to be fixed. Now, Ledbetter, I think, said it better than anybody. The difference between amateur golfers and professional golfers is this: on that backswing, professional golfers get the club working vertically. On the forward swing, professional golfers get the club working more horizontally. And that's true. Amateurs, on the other hand, have the exact opposite. They get the golf club working more horizontally on the backswing and vertically on the forward swing. And I think suffice it to say, you're pretty much a poster child for that. You got really good hand-eye coordination because you're a low handicapper, and you got a flaw in your golf swing. Now, all right, Stiaan. Let me put this into motion here again. That little over-the-top move that you're showing me, that can be fixed. And if we're going to fix our grip position, it has to be fixed. Let me show you something here. I'm just going to brainstorm here for a second. Let's get this other view. Where's our face on view? There we go. Again, picture on the right. That position right there is very, very good. You've got a very good angle going on here. Pretty firm left arm with a lot of hinge. Not a lot of hinge, but a powerful hinge. If that hinge is maintained properly through the forward swing, which yours is not, but if it is, you can expect a lot of club head speed and a lot more solid contact. Now, let's bring up another person on the left here. Where's he at? There he is. Charles Howell III. We're going to get him to the top again. Pretty good hinge right there. I mean, that's what, 83 degrees, 71 degrees, pretty good. Let's watch Charles on the forward swing. Let's get it going here. I've got an ultra slow motion video of him, I guess. Let's get him down here to impact. Look at the lag he has. Okay, left arm position. Now I'm going to get you down in this position. I'm going to show you something here. Left arms are almost identical right here. Right there, and let's get Charles over to that position. Oh, shoot. Now, try this again. Bear with me. Alright, your left arms are pretty much similar right now. Here, 126-degree angle. Let me show you where you're losing all your power. That's almost a straight line in your case. That produces a higher ball flight because you release the hands too early in the forward swing, and you have to. In order to hit the golf ball fairly straight with that weak hand position you have on the club, you have to. It's a compensating move, and we all have compensations. That's your compensation. But we got to get you in a more powerful position. If in fact you do fix your hand position, you can expect that ball to not curve as much left to right. And initially you can expect that ball to go dead left, because unless you fix your club path, it's going to go left. Now, how do we go about fixing this club path? Where's our other picture here of you? Down the line, that's good. Now I'm going to bring up a drill here. Hope you've been to my YouTube channel. I have all my drills and instructional videos to help your golf swing, and anybody's golf swing for that matter, on my YouTube channel. Now, Stiaan, when people change a golf swing, you got to understand something. You cannot think your way through a golf swing change out there on the range. You have to do repetitive drills all the time to change your muscle memory. And you have a fairly big change in front of you. Anytime I ask a student to change their grip, it's a nightmare. It's tough to get used to, but it's doable. It's just repetition. Get your hands on there properly. Get the V's pointing towards your right ear, right shoulder, if you will. Number one, that'll get the golf ball curving left to right a lot less. It's not going to fix the initial direction the ball takes off in, but it will fix the fade. And obviously we need to get the golf club traveling down the target line, or in your case maybe a little bit from the inside, instead of this outside move. Alright, now the video on the left is of me showing my audience, or my students, how to stop the over-the-top action. And you do have a over-the-top action going on. You bring the club around, up and down, and of course that's to compensate for the improper hand position on the club. Now, how do we get to the top of the swing and get these hands to travel down this way instead of this way? Well, the video I have on the left, and you'll find this in its entirety on my YouTube channel, and I want you to go there and listen to that intently, and listen to how it works, what it does and what it's supposed to help create. It's gonna, when done properly, it's gonna help you have these hands come this way. To you, it's gonna probably feel like this Ricky Fowler move way the hell over here. Now, don't confuse feel with what is real. Although it's going to feel like that, make no mistake about it, the hands are going to be coming more down the target line instead of over this way when done properly. And if we can do that, we have the ability to have these hands travel on a much better path into the golf ball. And that's what we're trying to do. Trying to get the arms and hands to come down on a better path instead of over the top, steep and narrow, which eventually causes a left path at impact, and of course your high left right ball flight. Now let's get over here to my video on the left. Basically what this does on the left is this. Let's get me back to the top. This was in my skinny days. Anytime you're trying to stop the over-the-top move, I want you to watch something here now. Let me get, I think I beat this into the ground enough, but I want to get your other view up here if I can. Let's get you to the top. You can see there's not much difference between those two golf swings at the top position. I'm 5'11", 190 pounds, and I have almost 120 mile per hour club head speed. I have a lot of club head speed, and I don't swing hard. I produce a lot of effortless power. I've got good mechanics, and I create club head speed. But at the top of the swing, I want you to watch something on the left. Alright? I'm going to put a circle around my head. I'm going to put an arrow. This drill, it's called Bump the Bag, it's called Stop the Over the Top, and you can find it on my YouTube channel. And this is going to be part of your homework. I want you to watch this left hip, or my whole left side. And I want you to keep track of my head up here now. When this drill is done properly, the head doesn't move laterally left too much. What you see a lot though is my left side, my left hip, predominantly moving to the target. When that happens, and my head stays back here, the golf club, or I should say my hands, have the ability to travel from the inside instead of over the top, which you can't see from this view. Alright, now let me put this in normal motion. It's called Bump the Bag drill, and basically at the top of the swing, all I'm trying to do is start that forward swing by keeping my head fairly stationary. I thought I was more stationary in this with this drill. I try to exaggerate when I do these drills. I start that forward swing by taking my left hip, physically moving it to the target, and trying to bump that golf bag. If I can do that, there's no chance of me coming over the top of it. Now let's look at you at the top here. There's your head position. See what just happened? Your head has moved to the target, and that left hip has not even fired yet. Alright? Now you come up and out of it and pull out of it because you have to, because your forward swing is so narrow. But let me get my view up here. Dang it. Again, pardon me, I'm trying to find just my there we go. Slow this down a little bit. Alright, top of the swing. Watch my left hip now. The whole purpose of this drill is to bump the bag, keep the head stationary, and that'll drop that club right in the slot. To you, it's going to feel like an underneath position. It's not. It's right down the target line. That helps the hands drop under or inside and keep on plane, not over the top plane. In normal motion, it looks kind of like this. Now, if you go to my YouTube channel, and please do look at this video in its entirety. It's about 6 minutes, but it explains what it does, how it does, and why it's important. And that's going to be part of your homework, Stiaan. Again, I hope I'm pronouncing your name properly. That helps tremendously. It'll get these hands traveling. Pardon me here. It'll get these hands traveling this way instead of this way. And again, you're going to need that, especially if you fix your hand position. Alright, now let's look at a few things here. Let's see, where's the one I wanted to look at mostly? Here's another one. Let's look at Rory McIlroy at the top. A lot of angle, left arm shaft, a lot of angle. Let's look at him on the forward swing. See how he holds that angle? Right up in impact. He's got a lot of lag in his swing. You have the ability to do that, but your body has made a compensating move not to do that, only because your hand positions are in the wrong position to start the golf swing on the club, Stiaan, and that's what you got to fix. We got to get these V's pointing this. Button's not working again. Bear with me. Got to get these V's pointing this way, more so than what they are, instead of pointing up here. Okay. Now, top of the swing. that drill I was talking about. Here's your head position. That's going to kind of stay stationary. Start that forward swing. Feel like that left hip's driving that way. In the meantime, your head position is trying to stay stationary, not traveling this way. And again, that's what that drill is all about. My, as I call it, the bump the bag drill. Where'd she go again? Right there. Top of the swing. Bump the bag. Bang. And let the club release. That's going to get that club head and hand position traveling more down the line instead of the over the top position. Alright, now wanted to show you something here. What else we got to work on? Where's our I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. Just bear with me. I got too many videos in this software of mine, but they're all really important things. So let's here we go. That's one I want to look at right here. Charles Howell again. He people say he's had a great looking golf swing his whole life, which he does. He's got flaws, but his main flaw is something I'm trying to get you to work towards. Now, Charles obviously does it too much, and that's why he gets into trouble, but if I can get someone like you working towards his, it's going to bring you much better impact position. Now here he is at the top. I want to show you something. I'm going to forward him a little bit. See how he come almost underneath? Well, it's not almost, he did. For his liking, that's too much. But point being is, that is a position we're trying to get you to work towards. The ball flight travels the way it does for one of 5 reasons, or a combination of 5 reasons. Path. Alright, I'm going to give you a quick instruction history here. 5 laws of ball flight. The club head's direction into impact affects the ball flight. The face angle at impact affects ball flight, in which your case is open to the swing arc. You compensate with a left path at impact. Okay? Club head speed affects it. Angle of approach affects it. Yours comes in a little steeper than it should. And obviously centerness of contact. But in your case, your 2 big flaws you have is, number 1, club face position is open to the swing arc. Number 2, club path is this way. We need to get it more inside or down the line. We got to get you more like Charles Howell up here. Let's put him into motion here. Yep, hit the wrong button again. Bear with me. Now Charles does it, I think, too much, and that's kind of why he suffers the way he does. He's too much on the inside, but we got to get you kind of working that way, or working towards that way, and thinking this way. Charles gets it right to the top. And here's what Ledbetter was talking about, vertical. You see that? Most of your pros do this. They get the shaft vertical on the backswing and a little more horizontal on the forward swing. And Charles Howell is a very good poster boy for that. Vertical and then horizontal. Whereas most amateurs, and you're a good poster boy for this, unfortunately, and we're going to change that, they get the club working horizontally on the backswing, like you do. Let's move you forward here a bit. Let's go back here. Okay, let's look at Charles Howell here for a second. Look at the 2 differences here. This picture here speaks 1,000 words, and I want you to sear this into your mind, Stiaan. Club shaft. Look how vertical his is. Look how much horizontal yours is. Alright, number 1. Number 2, something else I want you to sear into your mind here. See his hand position right here? It's to the front of his body. Look where yours is. It's way around here. Too far around. If you need to get these hands more over here on that backswing, which basically means you got to swing this club instead of around on that takeaway. I want you to swing it straight back and up. Get your swing plane a little higher. That's going to help your path. Again, club base and path are your two main problems, and it's not an easy fix. It's a major fix, but it's something very doable. Now let's get back here to Charles. Very vertical. Yeah, I like putting Charles on the block here because he's got a lot of good angles. Very good swing plane. I'm going to start him again on the forward swing. Underneath the plane ever so slightly. In his case, I think he's too much underneath, but in any event, that's a whole other story. Let's get you at the top. You're 6'3". You're taller than Charles, but yet have a shallower swing plane. You're robbing yourself of club head speed, number one, and club head direction and impact. Okay. The other thing with a flat swing, as I call it, is your body is much more inclined to come over the top on the forward swing, which you do. You know, I mean, golf. Your body is a creature of a necessity. What goes up must come down. What goes left must come right. What comes around eventually comes over, and you're a good example of that. In this position here, you get the hands working over. Alright, now Stiaan again. What I want you to work on is grip, first and foremost, and that's not an easy change. Not an easy change at all, but you got to work on your grip. That's got to be job number one. Number two is club path. And I want you to sear into your mind, if nothing else, this drill I have at my YouTube channel. If we can get you body moving this direction, you have the ability to create some lag in your forward swing and a lot more club head speed and a lot more solid contact. But that's two things you got to work on. One critical error. It doesn't sound like a lot, but there's a lot of work involved in that. And I hope this opens up your eyes, at the very least, to something to look forward to and how you can improve. Again, Stiaan, thank you for looking me up. Contact me, drop me an email, or call me at my golf shop. I know it's long distance, it's not cheap, but if you want to talk to me, you're more welcome to. Or just drop me an email. Thank you.